This is 990WBOB.com, the home of internet entertainment. From Rhode Island to the world, 990WBOB.com. 990WBOB.com is an independent free media outlet.
All right, welcome to the Dan Bidondi Show, another episode, God willing, here. Today's September 12th of 2017, and we got a good show for you today. In about less than 10 minutes, we're going to hear from Richard Fagnant. He's a councilman in Woonsocket, and Johnny B, he's an activist and rap artist. He's going to be joining us at the second half of the show. A lot of controversy here in Rhode Island, and usually I bring up a lot of articles, but not today. A lot of controversy here in Rhode Island has been storming because basically this First Amendment is under attack by progressive liberals. I don't know what they are actually, but the First Amendment's under attack, and everybody in the state of Rhode Island knows who the dancing cop is in New England. He used to be a police officer, a traffic cop back in the 80s, and for 30 years he's been marching in parades. He dances, that's what he does. He used to dance and direct traffic and all that good stuff, but he's a great guy. People in the community know him very well, black, white, Hispanics. Everybody knows he's not racist. But what's going on is they're attacking him because 2 years ago, November, Black Lives Matter, when they were pulling all that crap, in the state of Rhode Island. So what happened was there was a Black Lives Matter member that worked at Dunkin' Donuts. A police officer went in to buy a cup of coffee. She writes Black Lives Matter on the cup. Now, the police officer, I wouldn't drink the coffee either because God knows what she did to him. We have a freedom of speech, yes, but you don't write on somebody's cup. That's unsanitary in the first place. Well, anyway, he spoke up about it, and instead of them attacking him, they went and attacked Tony Lepore, the dancer cop, because he's well known, and to push their agenda across. Anyway, he stood up for the cop. Now, he's not racist, did not make one racist comment. He said that should not be tolerated, plain and simple. It's an establishment. You're desecrating somebody's coffee. It's unsanitary in the first place. So why are you doing it there? Go outside, yell, scream, whatever you want, but why are you doing it there? But he stood up for the cop, and all of a sudden, Black Lives Matter started attacking him. And it wasn't so much them as the course of the last 2 years went along. There's people like Amber Collins. She's a self-proclaimed reverend here in the state of Rhode Island, lives in South Kingston. Anyway, she made a petition, and this is funny, it really is, no xenophobic cop dancing down on Main Street. She got 540 supporters, and most of the supporters, Zionists not knowing who Tony Lepore really is, made him out to be this racist cop, xenophobic racist cop, and of course, people that don't know any better, that don't know how to research things, they signed it. Well, this has been going on for a while, this petition here. Well, when I got word of it, because it hit the Providence Journal, hit mainstream media here in Rhode Island big time, because there's a parade in South Kingston for Labor Day that was postponed until not this Sunday, but the following Sunday. I think it's the 24th of September, a parade to honor the firefighters. And she said, basically accusing him of being racist, xenophobic, the whole 9 yards, and he should not be marching with the firefighters. And the thing is, he does not do anything political. He goes, he marches, does his thing. He's done so much for the state, puts smiles on the kids' faces, dances for them and everything else. The guy is a great guy. Well, anyway, this petition caused, the parade committee to say, hey, you can't be in our parade now. After they invited him, we have to uninvite you. And they did pay him for, the aggravation, whatever, but that's not the point. There's several parades in the state of Rhode Island. He danced for years, for decades. And a lot of them are saying you can't march here no more because they're afraid of Black Lives Matter protests. Basically cowering into this political agenda when we get the Mayor of Providence, Lorza, Governor Gina Raimondo, who cower into this crap from Black Lives Matter, say, oh, we don't want cops dressing up anymore. We don't want them in parades no more because we don't want to offend people. And everybody knows I'm the first one to come out against the police state. I'm the first one to expose police corruption. But however, we know 90% of the police officers are not bad people. They're great people. They serve the community. I know several, more than two handfuls of police officers very well in the state of Rhode Island. Great people. Great people. And Mr. Lepore was one of them. And all he was a traffic cop. So to even link him to corruption is stupid, plain and simple. We know there's corruption in police departments. We know that. But not all cops are bad people. I even wanted to be a cop years ago, too. But the thing is, they're not all bad people. But anyway, this woman, Amber Collins from Wakefield, Rhode Island, decides, we got to ban him because he's a xenophobic, because God, and she even put his tweet that he was talking about how these Muslims are overtaking, the sanctuary cities and everything all over Europe, how they're destroying Europe. They are. And they want to push their Sharia law, which is anti-constitutional. We all know that. And so he stood up against it, saying, no, we don't want that here. This is a constitutional republic. But anyway, she made a big deal about it. She's throwing everything she can at this guy to try to make him look like a bad guy. Now, I put a petition out just like 2 days ago, and I already got 638 supporters here, and that's over, that's almost 100 more than she has in the week. So we know we got the right hand, you have the upper hand, we got the moral high grounds here, because what they're doing is viciously attacking this guy. And the thing is, I got trolled all the time, well, it's not a violation of the First Amendment. Well, first of all, he spoke out, okay? That's his First Amendment, to speak out and defend his fellow officer. And for him to get repercussions, being kicked out of parades, being denied a job, twice at that, that's repercussions of your First Amendment. That's an infringement. That's what that is, okay? So therefore, the First Amendment is under attack in the state of Rhode Island. And we got the libtard media here in Rhode Island trying to downplay it and say, oh, well, this girl Amber Collins, she's such a great person. And I was on the John DePietro show today, local talk show host in the state of Rhode Island here, a big talk show host at that. Basically, he interviewed both of them yesterday, Amber Collins and Tony Lepore, and she was just insanely throwing stuff left and right at him, like attacking him. Then she made this wild-eyed accusation against me, saying I'm condoning people, I'm telling people at the parade to throw tomatoes at the firefighters, which I would never do that. To me, there are local heroes around here. I would never, ever say that. I would never say to throw tomatoes at anybody. I said simply, we should protest these parades and say, you know what, let's all dress up as a cop or whatever, or just a hat with a whistle, and go dance or hold signs up and bring back the dance of cop. And we need, the thing is, my petition I put out is not directly against her. It's against her and people like her. It's mainly to tell our elected officials, our law enforcement, our people who run the state, hey, no more cowering to political correctness. We need to get behind people like Tony Lepore, get behind people that voice out and protect the First Amendment. Even though we protect the Second Amendment all the time, yeah. But we need to protect the First Amendment here in the state of Rhode Island, because where does the lines get drawn? Where? Plain and simple. Where does the lines get drawn when our First Amendment's always on attack? And you notice, right? They could go out and say, kill cops. That's what they did here in the state of Rhode Island. They were saying, kill cops. Let's kill cops. Nothing got done. You think the governor or mayor of Providence, Jorge or Jose, whatever the hell his name is, Lorza, you think they cared about that? No. They just cared about the point that, let's be politically correct. It's all right for them to say kill cops, but Mr. Lepore sticks up for them. Oh, yeah, God forbid. But we got on the phone Richard Fagnant from Woonsocket, Rhode Island. He's a councilman. And Richard, how you doing, brother?
Very well.
And another great patriot here, folks.
Oh yeah, I'm a patriot with my country. I'm a big patriot, and I can tell you, we up here in Woonsocket, we support Tony. In fact, he will be, and I confirm that, he will be performing in our annual Autumn Fest parade, and we're looking forward to seeing him do his dance. Absolutely. And yeah, and the thing is, I'm sure they're going to, because this is going mainstream now, this whole ordeal, I'm sure there's going to be some protesters up there, and I'm sure people like Amber Collins is going to make a big issue about this, and we need to stand up for freedom of speech. That's what we need to do, and we need to get something going in Woonsocket when he's there. Woonsocket police officers to protect him, because we know these so-called peaceful protesters could get violent. Chief
Thomas Oates. He served with before the Autumn Fest parade to make sure that Tony's experience here in Woonsocket is pleasant, and we don't have any of those knotheads that I call them, the obstructionists that prevent Tony from doing what he does, and he does very well, and we're looking forward to it.
Awesome. Yeah, and yeah, I'm glad you're up there supporting it.
And the things you're doing in Woonsocket are amazing, and I hope you actually run for mayor of Woonsocket one day. Well, one step at a time. I gotta get through my first term, and next year is election year again. I will be running because my goal is 6 years to be on the council, and then we'll look at health factors and other factors. But right now, while I'm one of the city fathers, I'm going to make sure that our guests are well taken care of, well respected, and that we don't have these outside groups that think that they can deny our First and Second Amendment rights to do what we feel is best for our country.
Absolutely, and you know, me and you both, how many years we've been defending the Second Amendment, countless hours in the State House. But we got a listener here, Mark Thornton. He's saying all Tony has to do is say he's a Democrat, then everybody will back off.
No.
Yeah.
You know, today, is there really any true Democrats or Republicans? Myself, I'm an independent. I'm an ultra-conservative. I look after every penny, nickel and quarter and dime, and that's what I'm doing here in Woonsocket. I'm a fiscal watchdog, and I like to say I am the voice of the voiceless, and that's why 4,410 people elected me last November.
Awesome. And we got to go to break. Do you want to hang on, you know, talk for a little bit more?
Sure.
All right. If you want to hold right there, and we get back from the break, it's Richard Fagnant. He's a councilman in the city of Woonsocket, Rhode Island. And folks, our First Amendment's under attack. It's not just here; it's everywhere. And we got to put a stamp on these people, stop them in their tracks. But we'll be right back on the Dan Bidondi Show.
It's WBOB's Can Drive for 990. From September 1st all the way to November 1.
Hey, people on Facebook, we're doing a can drive for 990WBOB.com. So, commercial here. We're trying to raise 990 cans for the Rhode Island Food Bank. So, if anybody's got canned goods, I can come pick them up. Just if you live in Rhode Island. So just inbox me your address, and I'll come pick up the cans. We're trying to raise 999 cans, 990 cans, I'm sorry, for the food drive for Thanksgiving for the Rhode Island Food Bank.
Safely at Rhode-IslandCommunityFoodBank.org. Each year, the Rhode Island Community Food Bank distributes millions of pounds of food to those in need. WBOB is driving all the way to 990. We want to raise as much food as we can to help those families in our area through their tough time. Donate cans today at a participating location or donate online on our food drive page. WBOB's Drive for 990.
Yeah, Jeff, we need more patriots like you in Rhode Island, man.
Peace and civil rights don't mix, they say.
Each week, 990 WBOB presents Demand the Truth with host and political activist Will Turner.
Sure.
Demand the Truth focuses on specific issues and how they affect you and what you, the average citizen, can do to make an impactful difference. From government cover-ups to local corruption.
Generally speaking, the press is inherently dishonest.
Providing only factual evidence
I got
to
bad
its listeners
handwriting.
instead of fear tactics and propaganda. Turner inspires his audience to think and demand the truth. Listen live Monday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern or listen on demand when you want. Demand the Truth demands your attention and your intellect.
People that are supporting us carry out what the chief wants.
I'll be there in 1 second.
Tune in live Wednesday, September 13th, as WBOB continues its 10-year celebration with an all-new, all-spectacular live
going back on
beginning
in
at
about a
7
minute.
p.m. with an all-new special Psycho Sports. At 7:30, the franchise with
Yeah,
Joe
thanks,
Burrow
Victor.
returns live for a special
Yeah, if you can stack up the cans, we got until I think a week or two before Thanksgiving. I think when the deadline is, but
Celebrate.
Yeah, forget the cans and all. It doesn't matter what it is, canned goods or non-perishable foods like boxes of soup or whatever, stuff like that. But anybody that we're trying to raise 990 cans for the Rhode Island Food Bank to feed the homeless and hungry people here in the state of Rhode Island, and there's a lot.
Statistics and fists on everything.
But yeah, you got the Providence Mayor Jorge Alonso. Yeah, we got to get the homeless off the street. Just kick them out somewhere else, and it's a big epidemic, man. Tell you.
Be sure to tune into Psycho Sports.
Yeah, thanks, Victor, though. God bless you, brother.
Independent home of the Renegade Radio.
So we're doing the best we can to, to defend ourselves from these vicious monsters in the political office.
You're listening to 990WBOB.com, Renegade Radio.
All right, we got on the phone City Councilman from the city of Woonsocket, Rhode Island, Richard Fagnant, great patriot. I met him several times. He's going to be at the Professional Wrestling Show August 23rd, 2017 in Woonsocket. We're going to have all the details. And we're also doing a massive can drive, folks. Anybody who lives in the state of Rhode Island or a local area, we're trying to raise 990 cans for the Thanksgiving food drive for the Rhode Island Food Bank. So if you got, we're going to have talk more about the wrestling show and everything. As it comes, you can come to the wrestling show, bring the canned foods there, or message me, truthradioshow.com. If you live in the area, you want to donate some canned goods, I'll come to your house and pick them up. Just message me. But Richard Fagnant, hanging in there, brother, and thanks for sticking up for justice, man.
Copy that, Dan. I've always been a big patriot and believe in my country. We veterans, we have to stick together. One of the things that I always say, and it probably fits this situation with Mr. Lepore, who are you to judge the life that he lives? And I'm not perfect, and I don't have to be. Before you start pointing fingers, make sure your hands are clean. And I found, Dan, that most people who make statements like they are against Tony, their hands aren't clean. They have a lot of skeletons in their closet.
Absolutely. And this woman, Amber Collins, claims to be a self-ordained or whatever reverend of the Unitarian Church, and which we know Unitarian Church is not a church of God. It's a satanic church, if you ask me. But and she should know, before you throw stones at a glass house, don't throw stones at a glass house, whatever.
No. And another saying I live by: no one gets into the boxing ring without getting punched. No one gets into a pool without getting wet.
Yep.
The correct time to be aware of the tone of a place and the game that's being played is before entering.
Absolutely. And
okay, don't enter the ring unless you are ready to be punished.
Absolutely, brother. And that's what you're doing up in Woonsocket, man. We've seen the stories how you basically heard how you actually went up to these corrupt individuals and just put them in their place. If everybody was like that, we had at least one person in every city council that had the balls that you have, brother, we would have a perfect country.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Well, I got sick and tired of watching from the outside, and I decided to, throw my hat in the ring and get down to business and start exposing the corruption. And basically, I know where all the bodies are buried, and they laugh
Absolutely.
at me. Well, you know what? Don't laugh, okay? Because I'm known as the Lone Ranger here in the city. And I always say there's a new sheriff in town, and we're going to find you. And if you're doing something wrong and you're hurting the citizens, we're going to find you and we're going to bring you to justice.
Absolutely, man. And we got, it's great because we're starting to see a little swing in the state of Rhode Island. We got great people running for big seats in the state of Rhode Island. As election season kicks off, we're actually going to have you on, too, to promote your election. We're going to have other candidates on to get them in.
That. Why?
Absolutely, anytime.
We have a nice guy, Nadadillo, who's running against
my buddy Bobby. Yep.
And I'm supporting him and my campaign here in Woonsocket. Some of my campaign people have contacted his people, and we want to see if he can come down here. I don't think he's in my Senate district, but we're still going to have him down here. Yep.
Bobby Nadadillo. He's already He's already a state rep, but he's running for U.S. Senator in District 2 here in Rhode Island against crap house, Shelter White House, and we got our buddy Sal Caiozzo. He's running for Congress in District 2 against Jim Langevin, which is another. I mean, these guys have been there for years. Yep, good friend of mine, and both of them, and you too. I mean, I'm privileged to know all three, and I'm going to be back in your campaign. And if your last words, if you want to tell Tony Lepore something, or just, you know,
well, Tony and I are in contact with each other. Again, I made sure through the parade and the Autumn Fest chairman that he is invited. He will be attending, and I'm so proud of him for his stand. Who was that person to write something on a cup of a policeman, one of our blue brothers, that goes out there day in and day out under extreme odds that they would do something like that. But that's the mentality that seems to be coming up the ranks, and it seems like we veterans are running for office so we can prevent this stuff from happening. And
absolutely.
We don't need socialism. I'm fine with capitalism and democracy.
Amen to that, brother. Well, thank you for your time, and I'll see you.
And thank you for the time.
You're welcome. I'll see you soon, brother.
Okay, good night.
And Richard Fagnant, City Councilman from the city of Woonsocket here in Rhode Island. And folks, I mean, we need more people standing up for the First Amendment. It's really sickening how, I got it right on my website, truthradioshow.com. If anybody wants to go sign the petition right now, it doesn't matter where you live. It's from change.org. The address is so long, but I just put it on my website and my Facebook's truthradioshow.com. It's right on the front page. You can see click right on to the petition to sign this. If you believe in free speech, you believe in protecting democracy, folks, and the freedom, sign this thing, because we need to make a statement. We need to drill a statement into the people like Amber Collins and these damn libtards that want to take that away. But it's okay for them to say to kill cops. It's okay for them to just kill anybody that disagrees with them. It's okay to kill them. Okay, it's okay to do that. And here's the whole thing, folks. You got to understand, okay? Black Lives Matter, okay? There's a lot of good people in that organization. So when we come out against them, we're not coming out against them as individual. Just like all groups have good people in them, they're just brainwashed. And, to me, Black Lives Matter is just as hate and racist as the Ku Klux Klan. No different, especially the people who run it. But there's good people who aren't in the organization. And, yeah, we know there's police corruption. I have to state that, and I'm always the first one to come out against corrupt police officers. But I do know, on the flip side, there's many, 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 many great, honest, working cops. You know what I mean? So, we can't be anti-police because there are good people in the police departments. And I know a lot of them. And so we can't say, oh, all cops are bad. We need to, hey, let's get rid of the bad apples. We know we need to do that. But, I'm sure, because there's a lot of people, yes, been victims of the police state and Black Lives Matter, no doubt. So I've been a victim, and many other people, every race, color, and creed, so to say Black Lives Matter is racist, just as much as these damn white supremacist scumbags and the Ku Klux Klan and all these skinheads, Nazis, whatever the hell they are, they're a bunch of lunatics. I mean, they should not at all, that all be out in the streets at all, if you ask me. But that's just as bad anyway. But we should be joined together. And in Providence Police, Providence, Rhode Island, we have many diversities that are police officers. I got friends I went to high school with that are Latino, Spanish, Puerto Rican, Black, that are Providence Police officers. Anyway, but we do got to go to break. When we get back, we got Johnny B. He's a rap artist and an activist, and he's going to be joining us to weigh in on this and what he's got going on. Anyway, we'll be back on the Damn Bidondi Show. Huh? Oh, he's already on? Alright. Hey, Victor, what's up, man? The first man white and the second man white. Oh, good. Thanks.
Live
Thanks,
professional
Victor.
wrestling returns to Rhode Island with New World Wrestling Extreme's Blood and Bone 7, Saturday, September 23rd.
Yeah, people in Rhode Island come to the show, yeah.
85 Pavilion in Woonsocket, featuring NWW Extreme Champion, Pure Talent Chris Escobar, NWW Extreme Tag Team Champions.
Yeah, we should put a Garrison flag up there.
And the return of
But
the
it's
Crazy
racist,
Chainsaw,
you know?
plus a special ladies match and much more.
I guess American flag offends people too.
NWWExtreme.com and at the gate, check out the legendary hard-hitting action of NWW Extreme's Blood and Bone.
So those of us just joining, Richard, we're on break right now. We're on live broadcast.
Pavilion, 870 River Street, Woonsocket. For more information and tickets, visit NWWExtreme.com. That's NWWExtreme.com. Tune in live Wednesday, September 13th, as WBOB continues its 10-year celebration with an all-new, all-spectacular lineup of broadcasting. Beginning at 7 p.m. with an all-new special Psycho Sports. At 7:30, the franchise with Joe Farrow returns live for a special beer and music spectacular. Tune in for the complete lineup and details Wednesday, September 13th, right here on 990WBOB.com. Celebrating 10 years of free media.
Hey guys, if you want to sign the petition, it's on my Facebook here. I'll post the link later, but go to TruthRadioShow.com. It's right on my front page. It's sickening that they attacked free speech around there.
You can go down there and sip on some craft brews while taking a step back in time. Enjoy some vintage coin-op video games, everything that you love, from Frogger to Pac-Man to pinball and back, all at the Shelter Arcade Bar located at 111 Dyke Street in Providence, Rhode Island. While you're there, have yourself a bite to eat. They feature a terrific menu from everything from pizza bar to slices to specialty stuff like the Angry Bird, buffalo sauce, buffalo chicken, bacon, banana peppers, you name it. They got apps, they got snacks, they got it all. The Shelter Arcade Bar. Place to eat and have a good time. 111 Dyke Street in Providence. Follow them on Twitter at Shelter Arcade Bar to get hours of operation and more. It's WBOB's Can Drive for 990. From September 1st all the way to November 1, the staff at 990 WBOB has pledged to raise 990 cans, all to benefit the Rhode Island Community Food Bank.
Yeah, guys, people just join us. If you live in Rhode Island, we're doing a can drive for 990WBOB.com to the Rhode Island Food Bank. We're trying to raise 990 cans for Thanksgiving, for the homeless people and everything, for the Rhode Island Food Bank. So, if you got cans, stack them up, give me a call, or all my information is on TruthRadioShow.com, or inbox me with your address or whatever, and I'll come pick them up.
Each year, the Rhode Island Community Food Bank distributes millions of pounds of food to those in need. WBOB is driving all the way to 990. We want to raise as much food as we can to help those families in our area through their tough time. Donate cans today at a participating location or donate online on our food drive page. WBOB's Drive for 990.
990WBOB.com.
Alright, we're in the second half of the Dan Bidondi Show live here from our central headquarters of 990WBOB.com, FEMA Region 1. Anyway, we got on the phone, he's a Christian rap artist and an activist, Johnny B. So, Johnny B, how you doing, my friend?
Hey, I'm blessed, man. How you doing? It's an honor.
Oh, it's an honor to have you on, man. And you're good friends with my co-host, my producer, Kevin Lepore. And yeah, he's been recommended to have you on. We apologize about last week. That was error on my part. But anyway, it's good to have you on the show, brother.
Hey, thank you, man. Thank you. Yeah, Kevin's a good guy.
So you want to explain who you are and actually, what's your website so I can get up on the screen here?
I'm sorry?
What's your website?
JohnnyBmusic619.com.
All right, cool. So you want to give an introduction who you are?
Yeah, man. I'm a 33-year-old Christian, independent Christian hip-hop artist. And when people hear me say Christian hip-hop artist, they automatically think like churchy worship songs, but it's totally different. This is exposing the beast system. We attack what they're doing, because the Bible said there would come a time of great exploit. You know, those that know their God would be strong and do great exploits and expose the system. In Revelation 13 says they would make war with the saints. So I believe that my job through music is to attack this beast system and really try to crack it and let truth and peace and love finally come back to our culture, because our youth is being so lied to. So I'm from Kentucky, if they can't tell by the accent, but I've been doing this music for 17 years. I've been doing Christian music for about 8 years, and I had a #1 hit last year on a music platform overseas. And I just went out to LA a while back and recorded with a Grammy-nominated producer on my first big professional single. He's a Sony producer, Bruce Vanderveer. But we're just trying to spread this worldwide, man. And like you guys say, the answer to 1984 is 1776. So I'm ready.
Absolutely, brother, and I'm happy that you're doing this, man, because as you know, in this movement, we need people of all profession, all angles and everything to attack this New World Order. You got your calling through the music here. I got my calling through doing radio and media and everything. People got their calling of going out in the streets, the public, witnessing the people. Everybody plays a big role in this giant. We're a giant team. We all have our special talents, and like your music is amazing, and how you just drill out the New World Order through music is amazing.
Yeah, it's something supernatural, because I pray before I write, and I know what God, like you said, what God's trying to do through your radio station, through my music, through Alex Jones and people like that. Now, especially Donald Trump, it's just amazing. Like this is a movement. You said it best. This is a movement for sure, and I think it's just going to continue to grow. I think we're winning, and I pray for the ears and the eyes and the hearts of the young that hear my music, that they receive it, and it change their lives. It's not about money. It's not about fame. This is not about anything but a movement of God and truth in their life. So,
amen, man, and it's great, and yeah, because in this fight, man, we need everything and everybody we can to witness, and I feel pumped up all the time, and I'm sure you get the trolls too, the people that hate on you, but the thing is, they don't understand they're just adding fuel to the fire, and we're out here for one cause, and it's just bring witness to our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, and bring this damn New World Order down and to its knees, you know what I mean, and we're doing a damn good job. We got the moral high ground, we got the upper hand, and that's what they can't stand.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if people can't see, I'm sure all your audience knows that, it is so twisted. Like, the tentacles of the New World Order have it so twisted of Black Lives Matter and the KKK and the Antifa. Like, those are all deep state. Like, I've been trying to educate people about how deep state all this is. Like, this is a stage. That television camera, they plan this stuff. It's plotted. But people's blinded. I mean, just, the flicker rate of the TV and the fluoride and the vaccines and the chemtrails, and the only thing that can wake them up is the truth.
Absolutely.
And that's what we're trying, because this is crazy what we're seeing in America right now.
It is. I mean, you got people of all diversity just going neck to neck at each other, and if they knew, people in Black Lives Matter, people in the Klan, people in all these dumb racist groups, if they knew that the same people who fund at the top, fund Antifa, fund Black Lives Matter, if they knew those same people funded the KKK and white supremacist group, I think we would have a big swing in this entire country. And the thing is, the elite, they fear one thing: all of us being united. And if we are united, we would eradicate this New World Order system.
Yeah, easily. They definitely don't want us united, because that's a powerful. They say like 5%. 5% of the population is what won the Revolutionary War.
Yep.
So, I mean, if we could get 10, 15%, 20%, which they are, I mean, like, so many people are waking up, and a lot of people know who George Soros is now that never knew who he was. And people would be baffled if they knew that George Soros is the creator and pretty much funder of. He's a real Nazi collaborator, and he funds Black Lives Matter. I mean, it's crazy right now.
Oh, it is, and yeah, like you said, I mean, especially the last couple of years, a lot of more people been in tune now who knows who George Soros is, and what he does, how he funds these think tanks. So remember the Occupy movement, Black Lives Matter, when they first started, it was actually a good group. It was just against the police state, same thing with Occupy and everything else, but, people like Soros and all that infiltrated the groups, completely turned them upside ass backwards, excuse my language, and started promoting this hate and just racism, and it's just really disgusting. And I'm glad that people are waking up to this. And again, 3 years ago, nobody in the world would know who the hell George Soros is. Thanks to people like what we do, we're bringing awareness and light to who these New World Order cockroaches are.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I've been having a very righteous anger towards, like, Antifa. Like, if there's anything wrong with America right now, it's not the KKK, it's not Black Lives Matter, it's not, it's Antifa.
Exactly.
They're releasing these criminals out in the name of anti-fascism, and then destroying, like, burning down buildings. I mean, I just don't understand why people's not seeing it, which they are now. I see a lot of people coming against Antifa, but it's just, if America doesn't come together, to me, it's going to fall, because America is not a stake of land; it's an idea. Freedom is an action. Freedom is not a right. It is a right, but they take it, so we have to force it, and it's an idea of being free. I'm free in my heart because no man can take what I have from me, inside of me anyways. And that's really the mission with this music, is to get inside of them the truth, and then the truth will set them free. So I believe we're going to see a great revival and revolution of overthrow of the New World Order, because of people like me and you that work through Jesus, and you got Alex Jones and Donald Trump and all these people. Like, I think the New World Order is scared of what is actually happening, and that gives me courage.
Exactly, and resistance is victory. I mean, if you resist anything, even if you lose, it's still a victory. Because you take the revolution, for example, how many battles have we lost? We got decimated, most of them, and which that one battle, like Christmas, that was a real Christmas miracle, because we know Jesus was born in the spring, not in the December. But the real Christmas Eve miracle was when George Washington crossed the Delaware, won that first major victory that sparked patriotism throughout the country and led to the victory. But how many battles did we lose? We lost, but when we won, we won. That's the thing. The people need to understand out there. You might get your asses kicked, excuse the language. You may get your butts handed to you, but you know what? The very act of resistance and perseverance is victory on its own. And when we win, we're gonna win. And we know who wins in the end. Our Lord and Savior, when He comes down, He's gonna open up a smackdown on these globalists big time. But we know who has the victory in the end. And that's the thing. But until He comes, it's up to people like us to carry on the cross that He carried and bring light and truth to this planet.
That's right, man. That's right. Good versus evil. I mean, it really boils down to that. And, like, another mission with the music is, like, I believe, like, the music industry, I believe is being used as, like, a Babylonian, like, sorcery against the masses. I believe they're casting spells. In the Bible, Saul had a bad spirit on him, and they called David into the room with the king to play his music, and it said the music lifted the bad spirit off of him, and his good spirit returned. And I believe that that's what God has sent me and other musicians to do, is to get this good music in their ears and lift the spells of the witchcraft and the Babylonian, because like the Indian culture, they would play that instrument, and the cobra would just do whatever it wanted to. It was enchanted because of that music, that deadly weapon that would normally destroy them, that deadly animal, but now they're in control of it. And I believe that's what they're doing to the masses with the music. They've enchanted us all. We just go and follow it. But people like us are here to break that. So that's the mission, is to break the mind control.
And I'm glad you touched on the subject, because I did want to ask you about that. It's not to switch gears here on you, but these rap artists, these outspoken people in the Illuminati, like Jay-Z, Rihanna, Katy Perry, and all these people openly coming out. Yeah, we're in the occult, and people, if you want to watch the documentary, I Sold My Soul for Rock and Roll, all top musicians come out admitting they sold their souls literally to for fame and everything. But if you want to give your thoughts on that and your intuition, your insight, because you're in the music business and you know the music business better than I do, and if you want to give your insight on why are they doing this for?
I believe it all boils down, like, I go back to the Bible a lot, but Satan took Jesus up on a high mountain and he said, if you will worship me, I'll give you all of these kingdoms. He showed him the world, and he took, you know, obviously the Son of God knew, you know, he had it right, but take someone like Jay-Z, Katy Perry, I'll give you the world, you know, like, and it's Satanism. And even if they don't believe in the devil, a lot of them say, well, Satanism doesn't believe in the devil. We believe in self. But self-glorification is the highest form of Satanism. So this is a religion to them, just like we're Christians. They're Luciferians. They're Illuminati. They're Satanists. And they have an agenda. I mean, and it's on the back of the dollar bill. I mean, and the music is the most powerful weapon against the masses that they have. So people like Jay-Z, they become gods. They believe they're becoming gods. And why wouldn't they? They go out in front of a crowd of 500,000 people and they get worshipped more than us Christians actually worship God, you know? So it's very sinister, very satanic.
Oh, it is. And, you know, even my girlfriend, she'll listen to this music on the radio. I'm like, do you even pay attention to the lyrics that you're singing? I mean, like, it's these people, kids are singing this stuff, and like it's like actually chants and things like "Come take me over," "Impregnate me with fallen angels," and like, you know, it's so insane. People don't even know what the hell they're singing. And I was listening here saying that there's a good series to watch. It's called Fagnant on exposing the music industry. And but yeah, it's crazy, man. And we gotta go to break in about 30 seconds. If you want to hang tight, brother. And it's really bizarre out there, folks. And people, you know, you might think this is far-fetched and all that, but if you look, okay, don't take my word for it. Go watch the interviews. You know, with Jay Leno and all these top talk show hosts in the country. They interview these hip-hop artists and rap artists, and they openly say, hey, I'm possessed or I sold my soul. They openly come out with this stuff. This ain't me making stuff up. This ain't conspiracy theorists making stuff up. They openly come out and say this stuff. They could tell the whole audience, and this is mind control. They could tell the entire audience in the stadium, 50,000 people, 500,000 people, I'm an Illuminati. I worship Satan. Yeah, woo! And you know what I mean? Like, that's the mind control of these people. But we'll be right back. We're gonna go to break. This will be our last segment coming up with Johnny B, rap hip hop artist and activist. But we'll be right back on the Dan Bidondi Show. Yeah, check out that.
Peace and civil rights.
Hey, when's the deadline for the food drive?
WBOB presents Demand the Truth with host and political activist Will Turbin. Demand the Truth focuses on specific issues and how they affect you and what you, the average citizen, can do to make an impactful difference. From government cover-ups to local corruption.
Generally speaking, the press is inherently dishonest.
Providing only factual evidence to his listeners instead of fear tactics or propaganda. Turbin inspires his audience to think and demand the truth. Listen live Monday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern or listen on demand when you want. Demand the Truth demands your attention and your intellect.
People that are subordinates carry out what the chief wants.
Tune in live Wednesday, September 13th, as WBOB continues its 10-year celebration with an all-new, all-spectacular lineup of broadcasting. Beginning at 7 p.m. with an all-new special
thanks for,
sports. At 7:30, the franchise with Joe Farrow returns live.
Hey, Rick, thanks for the tip on that. I gotta check that out. Hey, if you got any links for that, inbox me, please.
September 13th, right
about Phenom, the series. I don't even know where to find that, but hopefully it's on YouTube. The name of my guest is Johnny B.
We are committed to providing you the area's most exceptional
and his website is
craft beer and cigars at market competitive prices.
It's Johnny B, just the letter B, Johnny B Music 619.com. Again, Johnny JOHNNYB 619. No, I'm sorry, Johnny B Music 619.com. That's his website. And I'm gonna post after the show here.
ParkWineandSpirits.com.
Hey April, how you doing?
Professional wrestling returns to Rhode Island with New World Wrestling Extremes Blood and
again, for people just joining us, this wrestling show that's promoting September 23rd, 2017. I'll be wrestling there, so
WW Extreme Tag Team Champions, the Cool People, Dick Justice, and the
yeah, send me the link,
Crazy
Rick.
Chainsaw, plus a special ladies match and much more. Tickets are available at nwwextreme.com and at the gate. Check out the legendary hard-hitting action of NWW Extreme's Blood and Bones 7. Saturday, September 23rd, American Legion Post 85, Pavilion 870 River Street, Woonsocket. For more information and tickets, visit nwwextreme.com. That's nwwextreme.com.
Hey, what's up, Carmelo?
You're listening to 990WBOB.com, Renegade Radio.
And we are back for our final segment of the Dan Bidondi Show with your host, Dan Bidondi, and my website, TruthRadioShow.com. Hit me up at Twitter, at Dan Bidondi. I'm always posting stuff. I'm like Donald Trump with that, always posting things constantly now on Twitter. Yeah, I love it because you just be able to reach people right away, But anyway, we got Johnny B. He's our guest today. He's a rap artist and activist, activism through music. Johnny B. It's JohnnyBmusic619.com. And Johnny, how you doing, man?
I'm just blessed, man. And like I said, it's definitely an honor to be speaking with you, brother. I'm a fellow info warrior myself.
Awesome. Yeah, Kevin told me you were info warrior for like over 10 years now.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
When I got introduced to Alex's stuff and you guys' stuff, it really just took my wokenness to a whole nother level. So I'm blessed to cross paths.
That's awesome, man. And it's amazing, like when you stop opening your mind to the truth. It's like a virus. It's like a hunger that you can't get enough of, and you really can't. And I tell people all the time, before you even peek your head over that cliff down that rabbit hole, you need to have a spiritual anchor, because if you don't, you have a spiritual anchor, you will become part of that abyss you're trying to look down, and you don't want to do that at all, because I've seen a lot of people mentally crack up over this stuff, or even turn to the dark side, if you want to call it that way. But if you don't have that spiritual anchor in Jesus Christ, man, the blood on you, His blessed blood, you will become part of that abyss, and you will be down that that rabbit hole. And now, how many albums you got out now?
This is the third album, third long-length album, but I'm actually getting ready to record another single with my producer, Bruce Vanderveer, out in California with Enrage Entertainment, and the first single was called Change, and it was a little more lighter. The beat was lighter. It was still really deep, but it was more for everybody to listen to, and it was more light. And this next one we're going to bring it's a little more harder, and it's going to hit really hard, and then I'm going to put like a 10 to 12 minute video, kind of like a short movie, exposing through, the music and the video, exposing what's really going on and what we need. And just trying to warfare. I don't think that music is for entertainment. I think it should be for information.
Yeah.
And especially at this point. So that's what I'm trying to do.
And as we know, if you want to get into spiritual warfare and demonology and all that, Satan, known as Beelzebub, many other names he has, Lucifer, the Fallen One, whatever, he was an angel of music as well. So he knows music very well, and he knows how to manipulate it to even condition, which he does, the mass public out there we were just talking about before the break. And, music can be used for good, as we know, people like yourself that are cracking that mind control that's out there, that mass mind control. And when you crack that mind control, man, people do wake up, and it's amazing.
That's right. I've seen a lot of people that I wouldn't think it would touch, and it really did. So if any of the listeners out there don't think that you are below reaching somebody, we are all just human beings, and if through love and peace and truth, we can come together, and we can live this life victorious. Like you said, even if we die and resist, as long as we resist and we live free, spiritually free, we have the victory. So just love today. If I can give a message of love somebody, forgive somebody, and if you make music that's going to change the world. If you have a radio show, make a radio show that's going to change the world. You know, if you have a business, do something that's going to change the world, and don't just go with the flow. Get in tune and wake up and try to make this planet a better place.
Absolutely. And that's the positive momentum we need, because we know the globalists are constantly trying to, attack the families, attack everything, micromanage everything you do, and just trying to discourage us. But again, you can't discourage people who have the covenant of Jesus Christ on them. I mean, because we know who wins in the end, and that's what gives us the motivation. People like myself and Johnny D to get out there every day, no matter how many trolls you got going against you, or how many people. And I'm sure, my audience knows what happens to me, the personal attacks. So the last years, whatever. But I'm sure you suffered many personal attacks spiritually as well, because you're out there. Okay, you're a leader out there, pushing the truth, and we know there's evil ramifications that come along with that.
That's right, for sure. I mean, this order out of chaos. That's what I think they've really ramped up. I think the globalists have really ramped up their order out of chaos so much, like with all these hurricanes going on, whether man-made or natural from the eclipse. You got Antifa, Black Lives Matter, KKK coming out of the woodworks. Just the political attacks on Donald Trump, North Korea with the bombs. You got ISIS, and you got, just all kinds of stuff. And this order out of chaos is how they orchestrate. And me and you know that. A lot of people may not that's listening, but that's what I'm saying. Have peace. Those that have peace, that chaos doesn't affect us. So the more of us that will get in tune with what's really going on. Like I tell people all the time, they're like, "Oh, I don't believe that stuff." I was like, "Do you realize that we are floating on a gigantic rock in the middle of outer space right now? What is not possible?"
Yeah.
So wake up, get alive, get active, get in the war, because it's happening whether you believe in it or not. So we need to rise up, and I think we're going to be victorious. I feel courageous. I think America is raising back up, and I think God is blessing it through people that is humbling themselves and trying to come back to the truth.
Amen. And I'm a professional wrestler and all this stuff, but you know what? I'll humble myself any day before the Lord. Drop to both knees, and I'll drop to my knees for anybody. And when I see Jesus Christ, I'm willingly going to drop to my knees and confess that He is my Lord and Savior. That's and I know you will too. But I want to ask you a question too. I think we're coming to a close, but the great sign we got coming up, September 23rd. The great sign was with Virgo giving birth to Jupiter, and the star alignments as Revelations chapter 12. What are your thoughts on that?
I don't rule it out, because the Bible said that He would give us the sun, the moon, and the stars for signs.
Yep.
And I believe the eclipse was a sign. September 23rd, they also, we also know that the globalists use certain days. That's why 9/11 stuff always happened on 9/11, September 23rd. It's very possible, because He will be cast down to the earth.
Yep.
And see that He has a short time. And
hate to cut you off, brother. I'm sorry. There. Yeah, exactly. We got about 30 seconds. So if you want to plug your website in one more time, and where people can find you.
All right, man. JohnnyBmusic619.com is my website. Just got it up. There'll be more coming. Johnny B Music 619 on my Facebook, and Johnny B Music 619 on the Instagram, and the official Johnny B channel on YouTube. You guys go subscribe, like, and get the music out there.
Awesome, man. I want to get you back on too, especially when your new album comes out. And God bless you, brother. Keep up the good work, my friend.
Bless you. Thank you.
Yep, and that was Johnny B, JohnnyBmusic619.com. I'll post the links for that. And folks, you've got about 30 seconds left, and it's unbelievable what's going on. We're going to bring up that whole September 23rd, the Great Sign thing, next week. We're going to talk about that, because I know it's like alien language, so a lot of people out there, very complicated, but we'll explain it better. And you can't deny it. You can take out your Star Finder right now and see everything happening, and no time in the history of mankind has this ever happened. Perfectly alignment, just like Revelation chapter 12 says. Amazing. And people say, oh, you can argue all day long how the world was created, but you can't argue with prophecy. It's right. I mean, go outside right now with your stuff on it. Look for yourself and read chapter 12 of Revelations. But this is Dan Bidondi. Hit me up at Twitter at Dan Bidondi. We'll see you next week, God willing, right here on 990WBOB.com. And, of course, my website, TruthRadioShow.com. Remember, you are the resistance. Death to the New World Order. God bless.